welcome to Metal Mixtape here on KSKQ's 89.5 FM Ashland, Oregon, 94.1 FM Medford, Oregon, streaming online on kskqdjramo.org. It's the boy, it's the Don, DJ Ramo. I am beyond honored to have just such an incredible musician, such an incredible lyricist, such an incredible multi-vocalist that you know what, when I get to find out about new people and I stumble upon somebody like Myke Terry who could also just absolutely destroy the stage, I am beyond honored. The one and only Myke Terry from Volumes and Fire from the Gods. What is up, dude?
Oh man, oh, that's the most insane intro ever. Thank you so much, brother. How are you, man?
Dude, you know what, dude? Music's life, dude, and life is music, dude, you know?
Yeah, for sure. 100%, man. I feel you on that. I'm
Yeah,
right there with you.
sometimes I wake up and I'm just like, man, I feel like I eat this stuff for breakfast, dude, every day. Just
Yeah,
like,
definitely,
but
man.
dude, obviously, I want to get into the new album with Volumes, Amir Touch, dude.
Okay.
But looking into you, dude, you're such a interesting individual to me, dude. How many different type of emotions you're hitting in this album, not only just with like, a heavy metal standpoint or a hardcore or deathcore, all these different elements, but almost like a whole element itself. But when I thought of all that, I was like, man, I wonder who Myke Terry the person is, man. And I want to get Myke Terry,
Okay.
so have you always been this creative as a kid growing up, and also like having that stage presence where like you want to be in front of people, because being in front of wanting to be in front of people, that's just not natural sometimes, you know. So
Sure.
I want to know did you always grow up like knowing like you had like this creativeness about you and maybe leading to music?
Yeah, I think I was always like a big thinker, and I used to imagine stuff and envision a lot of things as a kid. And music, once I figured out about music, then I guess they kind of just went hand in hand. I don't really know. I knew that maybe I wanted to play music, but it didn't come very easy. There's a lot of times of like my first few times of ever being in front of people or performing, just being overcome with the most insane amount of fear, not being able to perform,
Mm.
and just getting them with stage fright and just like clamming up. And so like I kind of battled that for a really, really long time, but it's been like it's been in steps. And once I got past the fear of actually being able to be in front of people and do the thing, then it kind of just took on from there and kind of got out of control. And here we are now.
Dude, that's insane. Tell me about like the very first project you were in. Like, what sort of style
Oh
you were in? Like
man.
when you're growing up, was it, because I
Oh,
hear a lot of hip hop in here. I hear a lot of metal. I hear a lot of things. I want what you kind of start off with?
dude, man, it was like a middle school like battle of the bands 3-piece. Like we did like Nirvana and Hole and Silverchair covers and
Oh,
like
that's sick.
or what we thought were those. It was probably like there's some tapes floating around and hearing that, and it's just like, whoa, that's not exactly how that song goes. But we were like 13, man. So yeah, I grew up listening to like the grunge and alternative and stuff like that. So that was kind of where my roots kind of like took off as far as music is concerned. And then just the more you're exposed to more music, and then it just develops and just flourishes, and then you find other genres. And that's how I found metal and hardcore and even ska and like just everything.
Yeah.
Just the one thing about I liked about music is just having access to so many different styles, that just to experience it all, just to see like what is what, and just like finding out about new music is always just like so interesting because it's so different than what you had been listening to before. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I completely agree too, man. Just because like nowadays music's so available,
Yeah.
I'm 36, dude, and I remember when there was like Kazaa and IMAX and all
Dude,
that.
Kazaa, that's how I first started listening to music, man. Kazaa and like Napster
Yeah,
and LimeWire, dude, like
yeah,
or Winamp or whatever, like that
yeah.
kind of stuff.
Oh yeah,
So
dude. So I kind of wig out when I see like how like kids growing up nowadays have like all this awesome equipment to work with, the in-home
yeah.
studios and all that, and I'm just like, Man, dude,
Man.
I remember tracking like on a six, like a
Yeah,
Tascam.
the little Tascam
Yeah,
tour
yeah,
track, the gray
yeah,
little
yeah,
shitty, the fucking, yeah, man. You
yeah.
put it in the room, even no microphone. The mic is built in, and everyone just has that in. It sounds like it was recorded in a trash can. But
Dude,
that was like, some sick recordings were happening back then. You couldn't
I,
tell us we weren't putting it down.
dude, it's insane, and now everybody just has all this knowledge, you
Oh
know.
man, the
So,
gears now is just like I think I that's where my production knowledge was stopped. Is right around there in Fruity Loops. After that, it was just like I just got blown out of the water, man. It's just so much, so fast, so much technology too quickly.
dude, I agree, dude. It's definitely, it's amazing, but it's also, it has its downfalls and it has its blessings, you
For
know.
sure, definitely.
I know it's insane how many albums get put out nowadays, dude, and how many bands are out. But you know what? The thing is, it's beautiful that people can start their own business, though. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
definitely, man.
I feel like the we're like in the era of the entrepreneurship,
Yeah,
where like if you use social media to your advantage, you could do some great things in your business.
yeah, for sure. I mean, it's become its own world now, man. It's like if you can control that, you could literally have a living of just, and it's work. And anyone that says that is not, they
Oh,
haven't put the time into it. Let me tell you, man, it's a lot of work doing the same thing over and over and over again, and everyone saying, oh, it's just for likes. Nah, that converts, man, and it's the same thing as you putting in the time and hours at McDonald's or somewhere and flipping burgers. It's the same thing. It's just
mhm.
the commodity is different now.
Yeah, no, I totally feel that, dude. I totally feel that. Before we start moving into volumes a little bit, one last question just to go back on what you said earlier about like, overcoming being on stage, a little
Yeah.
bit of that fear. Did you ever re-encounter it again? Like maybe let's say like your first very, very big show where you kind of were maybe you talk to yourself in your head and you're like, all right, Mike, this is what you've been wanting your whole life, dude. You're on this massive stage. There's thousands of people. Did you ever have like that type of moment where you're just like, okay, eliminate the whole fear part of the question, but it's just a moment where you're just like,
I
holy,
mean,
like I'm here, bro. Like I'm here.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. I mean, it happens to me all the time. I mean, every time we get on stage, I'm just like, "Yo, holy, whoa, this is fucking crazy." And I mean, even on the small shows where you have to remind yourself, "Hey, man, this is what you wanted to do." It's like these people are just as important as playing to however many tens of thousands of people that we've ever played to. It's the rush is still there because the want to do well and to give the same performance and the same experience to anyone who is on the other side of the stage to watch it. That's nerve-wracking, man. Like, that's oof, it's like it's a lot because it's you put all of your work into it and you want it to be well and you want it to come out right. So, I don't think that for me, I'll never lose that. I think and it'll stop being nerve-wracking when I'm not playing on stage anymore.
For sure, dude. No, I love that answer, dude. I love that answer. Was there a lesson you had to learn from going from being like just like first like just a musician or artist to then now being so busy with volumes and fire from the gods and just all the stuff you do? Was there some like because I know when stuff a lot of great things happen, sometimes it's a lot all at once. Was there anything? Was there like a lesson you learned or your trials through tribulations through growing as an artist?
I mean, yeah, there's been countless lessons. I feel like every day is a lesson, man. It's rough. It's hard out here in these
It
streets,
is.
man. The light
Yeah.
got hands. Them motherfuckers. Pop. No. Yeah, I mean, I think for sure. I mean, the ones that are like really important is that it sucks until it doesn't suck, and one day it's not gonna suck. And if you just keep at it, and just keep rocking and keep doing your thing and just like hanging in there and just working hard, man. I know it sounds cliche, but it's gonna pay off if you're stubborn enough to not quit. Then eventually it's going to snap off for you. You just gotta, be prepared for when it does happen. And then how do you react, and then how do you keep that going? And just, being able to be present and just, enjoy it and just, yeah, I don't know. There's this. like I said, it sucks until it doesn't, man. And it has sucked for me for a really, really long time. And now it's finally starting to not suck, and it's really cool. So I'm still
Well,
learning. I'm learning life lessons. I'm learning the lessons every day right now. So, I'm
dude,
just honestly just happy to be here, happy to still be able to do this and have the profession of being a singer and a musician and someone that people want to support. And, it's a very honorable thing. And I take it very seriously. And it really does mean the world to me.
dude, I love it, dude. And also congratulations on working your ass off, dude. So
Yeah. Thank you, man.
hell
Yeah.
yeah,
Thank you.
dude. So, dude, volumes, mirror touch, starts off brutal. Then all of a sudden, dude, you guys, I swear, like, I'm envious sometimes of you guys who are good at writing choruses. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I swear, man, like, especially with like Bad Habit and also like the comment sections are raining for like Adrenaline. People really love that song, dude. Like, I see all the comments. I think one comment said that like the song made the guy hard or something. I
Hey.
don't know. Dude,
Hey,
people are loving
yo,
it. People are loving it. They're here for it.
word. That I feel like that's the if we can get into on a cellular, molecular level to create that kind of a change in a human, then I think my job is done. I feel like I can hang it up at this point. So
So, dude,
that's crazy. I
dude,
I haven't heard that one before. That's pretty
dude,
sick
oh yeah,
though.
I had to write that down because,
That's
like,
awesome. I love that.
when I'm listening to these songs, I also like just seeing what people's perspectives are. Because
Yeah,
also, like, through the perspectives, you see the people who have been diehards for decades and stuff, and
yeah.
sometimes you get that different input. But, dude, obviously the production's great. The music's just absolutely beautiful, dude. But like, of course, the thing that drew me was just how great you guys are at creating hooks. You know
Oh
what I
man,
mean?
thank you.
Like the hooks are just like great, and the hooks are the thing that makes you want to wait for the second half of the song.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you want to come back to that hook. You
Right,
know what
for
I mean?
sure, for sure.
Dude, like, I know you've been with Volumes 2016, right?
Yep, yep. It'll
Right?
be 10 years in May, which is
Dude, that time
crazy, man.
flies, dude. That's
What in the
insane.
world? It's insane, man. It does
So,
not feel like it. It's
so
wild.
in a world of all this music and all these influences, dude, like, and how did you guys want to tackle this album? Because for me, absolute banger. Multiple different genres. I mean, it gets extremely brutal at the very beginning with Sidewinder, but then ends extremely brutal on Saffron. So it's like, but in the middle, that's where all the beauty is with California, Adrenaline, Bad Habit, Bottom
Yeah,
Dollar. You know what I mean?
yeah.
It's almost like you punched us in, then we started coasting, and then you punched us again. Then we're just like, all right, we're out. You
That's
know,
exactly how we wanted to
it's
come across.
oh
That
yeah,
that
yeah.
was that's
It's almost
100%.
it's almost like you kicked me in my balls, and then you sang
Hmm.
me a little pretty song in my ear,
We're gonna give
and,
you a little kiss,
and
give you a hug, and then slap you in the head
yep,
on the
slap me
way
in the
out.
head. I'm on my way out. Yeah,
See you
exactly,
later.
exactly, dude.
Get
So
out of here.
exactly. Maybe we're on the same page. So
Yeah.
how'd you guys tackle this album, dude? Especially with all the directions volumes could have gone.
Honestly, we didn't. The way that all shaped itself
Hmm.
was just a result of all the songs. Once we laid them all out and was like, okay, look at what we have here. 'Cause these are the songs we had. We had a couple other ones that didn't make it, but they weren't as developed and just didn't feel like we put enough effort into them by the time it was time to make the final call. So we looked at what we had and it was like, all right, well, what can we do with this? Because it's such a different array of songs. How do we make this make sense? How do we make this cohesive? And we're like, let's do what we do. Let's make it, like I said, let's smack them around one good time, and we'll give them a little hug, and then we're gonna just knock them out on the way out, and then that's the full volumes experience. I feel like it's like it's pretty much mirrors how our career has been. We came out explosive. We've had the highs, we've had the lows, we've had the lull and the like the emotional losses. We've had
Yeah.
everything. And then, we're back on the way up and we're gonna smack you around a bit. We're not done yet. We still got some more, we got some left for you. So, that's kind of where we wanted to just, you know, make it kind of, what they say, life imitates art or whatever it is, that kind of thing. To that effect of it's the same thing.
I love it, dude. No, that's great, dude. And I know Mir. I know Volume fans are gonna absolutely love that, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, do you ever have I'm proud of me moments when you come up with like a sick hook where you're just like, that's stuck in my head, dude. I'm going through the day. I mean, when you go through your I'm a lyricist too, so I'm asking from a lyricist. Do you ever stumble through hurdles when you're writing your lyrics? And also, like I said before, do you ever have those proud moments where you're just like, dude, I figured it out. This is
Yeah.
it. This is it, dude.
Yeah, man. It's like cracking the code, you know. It's like like you know how you're feeling, but you don't really know how to get it from how you're feeling about something to having it being played back to you. So that's the game, right? It's trying to figure out how to say it in a way that everybody can understand what you're saying without being cliche, without being corny, because a lot of times raw feelings can come out sounding kind of like, eh. And so like try to say it in an intelligent way and then put it to music and then make it make sense and then make it catchy. And then, so, once you start putting all those pieces together, it's like a link. You're like, oh, 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 oh. And so, yeah, by the time you get done, if it's really, especially if it's a really nasty hook or something like
Yeah.
that, and you listen back to your work, you're like, oh, that's exactly how I wanted to feel. This is giving me the exact emotion of what was going on, and it's exactly how it's like everything I want. So checks all the boxes. So then you're like, yeah, all right, on to the next one. We got to keep it rocking. So yeah, I think it's those little victories that make it sweet for like, while you're writing an album, make it exciting because it's like you're tapping into how you're feeling and you're actually being able to express and articulate what it is that's going through your head and what you've been experiencing in that time that you've been living it. So I think it's awesome.
That sounds just amazing and so gratifying, dude. And
Yeah,
and, and
it's the
just
best feeling ever.
a release of your soul and everything, like you said, of all
Hmm.
the hours and everything you put through, dude. And I think you guys just put with Mirror Touch is just absolutely beautiful. For new listeners of Volumes, if you could recommend two songs for me to play, because I do FM radio along with YouTube and Instagram. On
Hmm.
my radio show, dude, on FM, dude, what are two songs you want me to play on the radio station for the listeners who are going to be tuning into my show that maybe aren't familiar with your music?
I would have a listen at Adrenaline, and let's do Bad Habit. Well, I'd listen to those off of the new album for sure.
I like it, dude. I like it, dude. I love it. I love it. All right, dude. Before we end the interview, can I ask you just three fun questions? Knock this shit out.
Sure, let's go. Send it.
All right, dude. In a zombie apocalypse, you could pick one weapon to destroy the zombie horde. It could be fiction or real. It can't be the nuclear weapon, and it can't be the cure. What is your one weapon?
Oh man, my one weapon?
Yeah,
Um, the chainsaw.
I like it. I like it. Before I ask the second question, do you know horror movies at all?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, okay. If you could choose your death, but it had to be by somebody in a horror movie, who would you choose to kill you, and how would they do it?
Uh, Man, I hate that because that feels like every time when the killer get your ass, it's like, damn it, I was one step away from getting away. I was just this close. And then because if he catches you, it's gonna be the most gruesome shit of all time, right? So I mean, I gotta go with Freddy Krueger, man. He just be pull your ass apart, shred you all up, like man, it sucks. But
I,
yeah,
I
I'd
like,
have to go out with Freddy.
all right, I like it. What is one thing that you're good at that your fans wouldn't expect that you're good at?
Um, Whistling. I'm a good whistler. I can whistle pretty well.
I'm not. Did we get any whistling on this album?
No, I don't think there was
Are
no
we?
whistling on this one. We haven't whistled. We haven't whistled since different animals. We've left whistling in the past.
I like it. I like it. Myke, dude, it's been an absolute pleasure, dude. Mirror Touch, absolutely incredible. I can't wait to play Bad Habit and Adrenaline for everybody around the world. You've been a pleasure, dude. I always love these interviews because we get to learn a lot about each other, and we just get to, like every day we learn that like there's just people grinding every day, and there's people just doing so much, dude. And like sometimes we feel like the world's on top of us, but it's insane when you realize that the world's on top of all of us.
Yeah, man. It sucks for all of us. We're all going through it. Everybody's got to go through some shit,
Yeah,
man. And it's
everybody,
just like,
yeah.
and it's just like, if you can keep that in mind and just remember that, I feel like it kind of clicks the humanity on in your brain. Be like, yo, man, sometimes people need a little bit of space, man, a little bit of room and some grace just to like be human and fuck up and just, everybody's going through it, man. Just be a little bit more patient, a little bit more kind, and a little bit more loving. You know what I mean?
Dude, amen, bro. Last but not least, could you do me a favor and you can say this is Myke Terry and you are listening to the Metal Mixtape?
All right. This is Mike Terry, and you are listening to the Metal Mixtape.
Yeah, boy. Dude, Myke, you're awesome. You're killer.
God,
I'll be
hell yeah.
following your career, dude. All much love and success. And
Thank you,
dude,
man.
and I'll talk to you later, brother.
Hopefully soon, brother. I'll talk to you later,
Hey,
man.
hey, anytime. Later, bro.
Later. Have a good one.